just had this conversation. Somebody sent me a link to a podcast where there was a young lady explaining that she went through. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I got my AC cranking, it's hot. She went through a traumatizing situation, and it was like 10 years ago. I appreciate that, thank you. She went through a situation where it was traumatizing, and it was over 10 years ago. And people were in the comments saying that because it was 10 years ago, that she should be over it by now. I feel like I need to do this podcast for several reasons. Let me park. I feel like I need to do this podcast because I think it's important. You can't tell anybody, what's good, Reg, when they need to get over their trauma. That is unrealistic, that is unreasonable, that is unfair. For people that have been mentally, physically, emotionally abused, you as a person, an onlooker, a bystander, can't tell somebody else, oh, you should be over that by now. Everybody's built different. Everybody has went through certain types of things that has shaped and molded, tore them down, broken them, and has left them in a state of trauma. You can't make somebody forget something that happened to them. I'm trying to turn it down a little bit. I'm sitting there and I'm reading the comments of people saying, you should be over it by now. You should just forget about it. There's other things you should be worried about. And I'm like, you know what, man, there's of course we know the difference between empathy and sympathy. So I'm not going to try to play y'all, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to get into that. But the lack of realization that somebody should be over something because you told them that they should be over with it. Somebody should forget about the things or the people or the situation that has happened to them, and the people that have wronged them, they should be over it because you decided that enough's enough. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. And I hate to say that we don't show each other enough respect to just listen to somebody's story and understand that sometimes venting is a way of healing. This is what I will say. If you are a person that has been hurt, physically, emotionally, mentally, abused, right? What we can say is, don't hurt other people. That's what we can say. That's realistic. But we can't tell you how fast you should get over your trauma. That's something we can't demand. The issue is that people that have been hurt and traumatized, a lot of them don't take the time or don't know how to heal. They don't know how to heal. So that's why we get into these relationships where people there are problems that arrive that you as a sane person, a person that has not been through anything really, right? You don't know why certain things trigger your partner. You don't know why they can't get over certain things as fast as you, why they're not as resilient as you are. The thing about it is you can't demand someone to be you. There are certain traumas that's going to take more than venting. It's going to take more than a couple months, more than a couple days. It's going to take some professional help. But some people choose never to forgive. Some people choose never to forget. And then some people choose never to get help. That's what this conversation is about. Ladies and gentlemen, your trauma is your trauma. No matter how sinister it is, no matter how minute or the magnitude of it. It is your trauma, and that is something that a lot of people won't respect. Because if you don't go through something, if that trauma, that situation is not knocking at your front door, a lot of people have never heard the sound of that trauma. They've never been in the fear of that trauma. They don't understand the emotions that go with that trauma. They don't know what the reaction should be. So the best way they do is to ignore it, to dismiss it, to make it lesser than. So a lot of people are not going to tell you, friend, mom, dad, sister, brother, uncle, cousin, co-worker, you, yourself, they're not going to say get help. They're not going to say get help. They're going to tell you that you should be over it by now. Now, there's a lot of people who victimize other people, and they do it for fun. I know online you call it trolling and whatever you want to call it or whatever, and they do it for fun. It's entertaining, right? But my thought process is this. If somebody is sharing a legitimate story of an issue that they've been through, some type of trauma they've been through, you know, I don't believe it's our job as onlookers, as bystanders, to tell them just get over it. Siobhan says the trauma was manifested
from Eduardo needs help.
What's going on? Salute to the chat. The trauma was manifested in your life in some way without help. Yeah, the issue is that I see people that have been through certain things in their life, and I'm gonna use this analogy, and I'm hoping that you guys can follow me. And what it is it's a glass, and because they've been traumatized, it's the glass breaking on the floor. And at no point in time does someone say, clean the glass up. Hey, let's put the pieces back together. It's like you're constantly stepping on the same broken pieces every day. Let's help people put the glass back together, or at least clean it up so they can manage it better. So it won't be all over the place. It doesn't affect the workplace. It doesn't affect the house. It doesn't affect in the car. It doesn't affect how you maneuver, because you now have some type of control. The issue is that people are not getting help to control how they allow that situation to affect them. So it affects their relationships. It affects how they look and see life, how they deal with their kids, how they deal with their lovers, how they deal with their personal and professional situations. Can somebody tell you that what you've been through ain't nothing? Is that reasonable? Is that fair? I just wanted to say that if you guys have been through something, you know what I'm saying, again, that you feel that has placed a mark on your life, that has changed your life. Some people feel like, hey, my trials and tribulations have made me into the great person that I am, made me into the resilient person that I am, made me the leader that I am today. And that's cool, and that's great. And then other people feel like the situation that they were in will not allow them to be successful in life. Those are the people that I want to talk to. I want to talk to y'all. This may not be a viral video. That's fine. People may not like this type of video. That's fine. I'm telling you right now that if you have been through something and you feel like it has significantly altered your life, your thought process, the way you love, the way you look at yourself, the way you look at the world, the way you carry yourself, the way you deal with your children, the way you handle problems, the way you elevate stress levels, the way you deflect, the way you disrespect and deter. Because here's the thing, we understand that when you go through something, a lot of people now use the narrative of, I must cause hardship to you. I must disrespect you. I must attack you because I've been attacked. They say hurt people hurt people. And I see that a lot, especially when I notice people's relationship. Hell, even with me, I've seen people that are hurt lash out at people because they've been through some type of trauma and they've never gotten help for it. I appreciate all of the information. I see y'all in the chat. Salute to the chat. I just really feel like, you know what I'm saying, there are people that really need support. I think that they need a place to say that, you know what I'm saying, just sit down and say that, you know what, hey, you know, I can get through this. You know what I'm saying? I can get past this. And I think a lot of people have not gotten past the situations that they've been in. And I think it's just time for somebody to say, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I don't expect you to get past it today. I don't expect you to get past it right now because I say so. You know what I'm saying? But what I expect you to do is to allow me to help you. To allow me to let you know that I'm here for you, to take the steps necessary. But here's the issue. If you guys have been through something or whatever, I encourage you to get help. I encourage you to seek professional help. Talking to other people that have been traumatized, talking to other people that are not professional, that don't realize how to heal successfully, can mess you up. Because they will encourage you to pick up vices that you shouldn't. They may encourage you, just smoke weed, just drink some more. Hey, just go out there and have sex randomly. You know, just party all the time. They're going to encourage you to have vices that are not healthy. And you have those vices that are not healthy don't help you heal. It's only for the moment. We only partying for the moment. You only got this much high or this much alcohol in you, and you know it's only gonna last. It's temporary, so you gotta keep on going back. I want people to do something that's gonna be permanent, a permanent positive, a permanent way to heal. And in order to do that, man, we need good people, good positive people sharing the message, telling people, listen to this, get help. Get help for you, get help for your kids, get help for your husband, get help for your wife, get help for your significant other, get help for your life. No joke, no game. We ain't gonna be loud, we ain't gonna curse right now. I just want you guys to understand that I see it. I see it. I see people pouring their heart out and it's legitimate stories, and people are like, you should be over it by now. And I'm like, well, how can you tell somebody they should be you? How can you tell somebody they should be you? Everybody not the same. Everybody don't bring the same energy to the table. Everybody don't think the same way. I see this picture, but you may see that same picture and only be focusing on one thing in that picture. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to see the big picture. The big picture is people need help. Everything is not for entertainment. Everything is not for games. Everything is not to be joked off. Some people are real, you know what I'm saying, with their situation. Now, here's the thing. Now, some people would say, now, people love to promote being a victim, and they're not really victims. I will not disagree with you on that. Some people love the attention of saying that they're a victim. And maybe they did have something going on with them, but they've amplified the situation because they realize that when you say, hey, you were a victim of something, nobody's going to ask for the details. People are just going to give you support. Okay. We're not talking about those people. But I just wanted to say that because just in case people are listening, like, well, what about these people? Cool. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people that have a legit trauma, a legit issue, have legitimately been abused. Those are the people that we want to help heal. Those are the people we want to encourage to tell their story, to encourage to heal, so that way they're not hurt. They don't feel like, well, I gotta disrespect everybody in a conversation because I feel like my back's against the wall, and the only way to get out of this situation is to curse somebody out. It's to lash out at somebody. It's to hurt somebody. But see, here's the thing: the people that they're hurting is the people that's mostly closest to them. Your children can't talk to you because you're overly emotional. You're overly aggressive. You can't have a positive relationship because you're constantly attacking the person that you're with. You're constantly downing them. You're constantly disrespecting them because you haven't healed. You haven't healed. That trauma is still there. How many women right now, that have an issue with men because something happened to them when they were younger? How many men that have been molested have an issue with women? You see these men online. You see these men constantly attacking women. You see these women constantly attacking men. And then when you listen and you get the details, somebody molested them. Somebody did something to them when they were little. They were emotionally abused. They were told that they would not be anything growing up. They were disrespected. They were violated. And it happened more than one time. And here's the thing, you had all of these other adults around. They wasn't protected. So now that they're of age to hurt other people, that's what they do. Now they're of age to say, that's a problem, I'm running away from the problem. They don't fix their problems. They can't fix they don't know how to fix their problems, because dealing with a problem, every problem is connected to the problem that happened when they was little, when they went through that other trauma. The issue is that when you guys meet somebody on a blind date, or you meet them at the grocery store, or you meet them at church, or whatever case may be, people for that 5-10 minutes, they're able to smile, they're able to talk about, the latest politics, they're able to talk about the latest fashions and traveling and, the knick-knack conversation, the polite conversation, to make you say, wow, this person is really cool, this person is really full of life and happy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you get down the road. You get down the road where you're comfortable, you're inviting each other over to your home, and now you're having, sex, and you're traveling, you're doing things now. And then something happens after that honeymoon phase. Something happens to where you start to really see the person for who they are. You start dealing with things that you would think as a logical, normal person, maybe a person that's been through something, but they're at a stage right now that they can handle certain things. You find that these people are not built the same way you are. Now, this is not to knock other people. This is to showcase that you don't know who you're meeting until something happens. A lot of y'all don't know who you're meeting until something happens, because people put on this facade that they have everything together. And here's the thing. You can have a car, you can have a home, you can have money in the bank, you can have a great credit score, you can be an entrepreneur. So you can have all of the things that people would check the block. Huh? You can have all the things that you can check the block, right? Okay, cool, you got all of these things or whatever. But when something happens, for some reason, it's like, man, I forgot to pay the light bill. The lights are off. The lights are off. Oh my, we ain't gonna make it. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. I knew I shouldn't have like, it's like, whoa, calm down. Wait, whoa, it ain't that serious. I just paid tomorrow. Wait. Right? Or you driving in a car, somebody, cuts you off or whatever. They got the road. Get out of my way, you mother, you ain't shit. And then you like, overly emotional, overly aggressive. I noticed that there's no happy medium. It's like you're either overly emotional or like you're standoffish. I want to get us back to the normality of working through a problem, being able to communicate, being able to build with one another, being able to talk about stuff without bashing each other. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's lucrative to bash black women. Obviously, it's lucrative to bash black men. I see it all the time on social media. I see people all in the comments, and they're cheering and they're rooting and they're calling each other names and they're dragging and disrespecting each other. And then they get offline and go hug their black woman or their black man, but yet they're online saying F this and F that when it comes to black people or men in general. I see people online bashing gay people. Then get offline, and now they at the gay party. They got a gay best friend, but online you were bashing them. It's like no level of realism, no level of respect. Like, who are you in real life? What do you do in real life? Because see, here's the thing. It's like people, Nixon, what's going on? How you doing? I really want to get us to a state where we can really enjoy the company of one another, really have those conversations that matter, really push the ball forward and really control the narrative. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, we have so many things going against us right now in society. Our children are definitely being targeted. Our men, our women are definitely, and I'm not just specifically talking about black people, I'm just saying in general, there are a lot of things that are influencing our children and to not want to work together, to not want to build together. You know, you take some of these content creators and you listen to the stuff that they say out their mouth, and I'm gonna be honest, King Twin, what's going on? You listen to the things that they say out their mouth, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man, I'm just kind of like, how do you sleep at night? Like, because my thought process is, everybody's not a light switch. Like, some people know, okay, I'm going to work, cut it on. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving work, cut it off. So, I mean, are you this person? When I see a negative person and I see them spewing out hatred, I see them bashing women, I see them bashing men, I see them bashing communities, I always ask, like, who is this person in real life? And are you putting on a facade? Are you putting on a facade, or is that really you? And then my next question is, who hurt you? Tiff Love, who hurt you? Because it's almost like we can't help people through childhood trauma. And those people that we can't help through childhood trauma, we then start relationships with. Well, let's talk about it. A lot of y'all, or a lot of our mothers and fathers failed us. Raz girl, they failed us. The provider, the protector, the role model, all of that great stuff, right? They just didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. Okay, they let you be sexually abused, they let you be emotionally abused, they let you be emasculated, they let you drink, they let you smoke, they let you have sex. They wasn't who we needed them to be. So we grew up with this sense of disdain. Some people got hatred, some people got disdain, some people just got concerns, some people have worry. Everybody's different. I don't know who you are, but I'll deal with me. I'm gonna share some things with you guys from me. Okay. My mother, she died of HIV. Right? Beautiful lady, right? She was a beautiful lady. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stay with her that much. I lived with my grandmother, foster homes, juvenile detention centers, you know, gangs. So I was kind of all around. But in regards to saying, and then having me at such a young age, you know, the whole saying of kids having kids. And even though when she tried to get her life right, it was too late. Her past had caught up with her. So what I'm saying is, when you don't have parents to teach you how to be responsible, how to have standards, how to have morals, these are things that other people teach you. The streets teach you. Jail teaches you. Anybody that's around in the vicinity may throw a couple nuggets at you, but it's up to you to really know what to grasp and how to maneuver the situation. The issue is that a lot of us had pimps, drug dealers, alcoholics, pedophiles, had all of these criminals. We had all of these other examples to kind of teach us really what we shouldn't have been learning. But that's life. So when someone sits down and talks to me and they say, hey man, I used to be on drugs or whatever case may be. Well, I'm used to being around people that was on drugs. Hey, I was addicted to alcohol. Okay, I'm used to being around winos. Hey, I was homeless. Hey, shit, I remember being homeless. Hey, I was locked up. Okay, I remember that. So my thought process is this, you know what I'm saying? You don't have, everybody has a different story to tell. And everybody has not leveled up mentally. Some people are still stuck in that time frame of them being a child and waiting for someone else to fix their life. They don't have the encouragement to want to do better. That's why a lot of people, when you talk about the projects and the urban communities, that's why they don't move. How do you do better? What do you mean? That's absurd. What do you mean? This is what? It's not, listen, I pay $50 in rent. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got on some new Jordans. I got a new t-shirt on. I got a chain. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But you ask somebody, how do you check your credit score? How do you invest? When the last time you flew out the country? Do you have a passport? You hear that silence? Now I want you to take that silence and I want you to add that to the deer in the headlight look. Because they don't know. They don't know. I can honestly tell you that I did not learn about credit, FICO score, none of that, okay, until late in my 20s. Late in my 20s. That's why I keep on telling these other content creators, and that's why I feel like we are responsible. If we're using our voice, why not use it to build people? Because there are still children out there like that. There are still children out there with their moms dying, their dads dying, their mom and dad both locked up or both dead. Like it's still people out there who need guidance, who need leadership, who need somebody to take the time from their busy day, from their life, to come down off their pedestal and have a seat with the common folk and say, let's have a conversation. The issue is that when a lot of people make it, they never reach back. They never reach back. They get in their foreign cars, they go to their big homes, you know, they showcase, look at all of the stuff that I get, but they never give back. They never give back. So the fight that you're fighting, when we always want these celebrities to come save us and come, oh, whatever you think, whatever you tell us is important. Well, they don't live where you live at. They don't do what it is that you're doing. They don't face the same problems that you're facing. They probably have money for lawyers. Come on, can I talk to somebody? Your kids get in trouble, it's hell to pay. They kids get in trouble, here's a couple dollars. Come here, let me talk, come here. Come here, everybody come in. Everybody. I'm waiting for everybody to come in. Come on, I'm waiting on y'all. I'm waiting for everybody to get close. Some of y'all ain't getting close. I'll wait. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? The conversation with your children are different. The conversation with your children is different. Sitting them down and being strategic, being methodical, it's different. These are the things that you are going to face. And if these things happen, this is what you do. But if you don't know, then what do you tell them? You were abused as a child. You were emotionally abused, physically abused, mentally abused, and for some reason, you don't tell your children. I don't care if it's your uncle, your brother, your mama. I don't care who it is. If someone touches you inappropriate, you let me know. I don't care what they say to you. I don't care what they say they're gonna do. You let me know. You have to instill power into your children, because these same children grow up and now they become these adults that do not know how to deal with situations. They all over the place. And I see a lot of adults like that. I see a lot of adults that have not been protected. A lot of adults that are emotionally sporadic. Like they can't have a conversation. They can't stay focused. They don't know how to deal with problems. And it's that same broken glass that they continuously step on instead of sweeping it up and having some type of control over it. It's like all they do is step in that glass, and they get that glass caught up in their foot, and they got glass in the car, glass at work, glass at church, glass at the school. Like they're taking their problems with them everywhere they go. And you're meeting these people, and you're reproducing with these people. These are people that you've been rooting for and crying for and sitting up at night shaking your head like, why can't I get through to these people? Because they haven't healed. And you got a big heart, so you try to heal them. You try to promote a sense of understanding, a sense of empathy, a sense of sympathy. Calm down. Go get professional help. It's okay. I know it's all about, us being hard. We gotta be hard at everything. Like, we gotta be a savage at every moment. Watching a Disney Channel, we gotta be a savage. Mickey Mouse Club, savage. Power Ranger, savage. Everything is like a high level of savagery. J-Lo Rich, what's up? Rich Bleezy. I believe it's important for people to deal with the stressors in their life in a positive way. I believe that if you are going through something, that you should be able to ask for help, and people should understand that asking for help is not a weakness. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. When you are confident in yourself and comfortable with yourself, you do things that other people are afraid to do. You do things that other people would say, wow. Because I wouldn't be brave enough to say that I need help. I wouldn't be brave enough to go get help. Because it's not just about saying I need help. It's about being brave enough to go get help. And that's what people don't understand. It's like, okay, it's cool that we picked up the phone. It's cool that we dialed the numbers. It's cool that we heard it ring. But as soon as they say, hello, officer such and such, click, click. The issue is that the action that is needed to get help, we only halfway doing it. We only halfway doing it. There are not enough people being positive. There are not enough people promoting empowerment. There are not enough people saying, yes, I realize that you've been through something. Yes, it is okay that you still feel a certain type of way about it. But yes, you do need to get to some professional help. Before you jump into that next relationship, before you have that next kid, your first kid, a kid, period, you need to get some help. You're exactly right, self-love. But have the fortitude, the intestinal fortitude to know that you need help. Sometimes we get so carried away with letting everybody know on social media this picture of us And it's like we have to keep up, bruh. It's gonna be some times that Mario J feel a certain type of way, right? And I'm just gonna be like kind of mellow. It's gonna be some times where I'm excited. It's gonna be some times where I feel like being a savage. And that's the way it's gonna be, because I'm human. I'm not perfect. And I'm hoping that I'm not coming across as trying to be perfect. But the fact of the matter is, I realize that everybody's been through stuff. Now, the things that I've been through have strengthened me, has made me understand this is who you need to be. So I am that person. You know, there's certain things that's going to happen I'm not going to be shaken by. I'm not going to be moved by. And I know that when it's go time, then it's go time. But everybody's not like me. Everybody doesn't have my same experiences. Everybody doesn't have a need to want to try to empower everybody. Some people just trying to stay in their lane. They just trying to wake up and just stay in their lane and focus in their lane. But here's the thing. Your lane is clear. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. Your lane is good to go. Fresh pavement. Right? Still got the lines on the road. Right? Your lane is just, whoa, magnificent, smooth sailing, cruise control. But if my lane is jacked up, come here. Everybody, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on in. If your lane is smooth and you're only worrying about your lane, but my lane is jacked up, guess whose lane I'm swerving in? Guess who gonna have to deal with me for not helping me, for not caring about me? You see where I'm going? Matter of fact, let me make this a bit more personal. You ignored it, okay? You didn't worry about it. You was only focusing on your lane, right? Stay with me. Now that same person that you ignored, that you for some reason you was in a position to help, but you didn't help. Now they're on the road with your son or daughter. They never figured out how to deal with their emotions. They never got that help from that trauma, from that abuse, and they just on the lane and driving, and you done taught your kids, just focus on your lane, baby. Don't worry about don't even look left or right, just focus straight. And now you got me all emotionally damaged and shit, swerving back and forth. This is why I tell people you have to have self-awareness. There are people that are connected to you, people that are around you that you need to show support to. Because if you don't, at some point in time, they're going to crash and burn in your lane. Let me read some of these comments. Everyday Life Talk says, that's why I'm who I'm today. I did my trouble in 20 years, so now I learned to deal with it. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I just really wanted to tell people, everybody going through something. Everybody is going through something, you know, but don't let it break you. Don't let it ruin your good nature. Don't let it ruin your outlook on life. Don't think that you don't deserve a good life. It is unfair, it is unfortunate, and undeserving the abuse that you went through. But don't go around hurting other people because you've been hurt. Get help. Get help. Because you can unintentionally pass that on to your children. You can unintentionally ruin relationships, both professionally and personally. You can unintentionally stop your blessings. Everybody won't have the patience to deal with you if you're not getting help. Those vices that you're using, the excessive partying, drinking, smoking, drugs, sex, cursing people out and disrespecting people, bashing people, dragging people, all of those things ain't gonna help you heal. Those friends that you have around you, if they were your friends, they will be telling you to stop. They will be taking you somewhere so you can talk to somebody and get help. They wouldn't want to hear about your failed relationship attempts every other week. Fix you. Your kids ain't bad. They following behind your footsteps. Your relationship wasn't bad. You sabotaged it. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what this is. This is Tough Love. I'm Mario J. Until next time, adult up. Peace.